Working with 3D data. In this video, we're going to start looking at something that might need to use the 3D viewport, like this camera object or a tracker. In some scenarios, you might want to receive some tracking data and then manipulate that data. After that, you might want to use that data to control objects, or just have an understanding of where the object is. Then you can always start manipulating or adding more things on top of that. Let's have a look at how you might go about doing some of these things. We have a camera object, and if we have a data connection coming in as a 3D protocol, we can set up an I/O connection for this here. Let's just disable the output, and we don't have any real data here, but let's do an example and set it up to receive through this network interface and assign it to a specific port. Then in the camera object, under Maps, we will find the 3D input, as the system has recognised it's there and it might be useful for the camera. You can then assign an ID to it, and then you have the option to turn the position and rotation information on or off independently if you need to. Now we can start converting the signal very quickly to another protocol. Under the I/O connection, let's create another I/O connection. In this example, we're going to use SPNet. SPNet by default is configured to be a receiver, so let's swap the protocols around. So the 3D now is going to be the output, and if we go back into the camera, we'll switch it to SPNet as the input here to control it. Then if we go to Outputs, we can set 3D as the output. That's how you take in an SPNet input connected to a camera which now understands where the position and rotation values are, and we send it back out as 3D information. Within that, we then have an option to apply some filters to the information. There is a range of different filters available here. So let's add smoothing. So this will then smooth the data going out for you. Now we're going to jump to a demo project that has a few more examples of this in it. In this more complex setup, we have some examples here to show you. This camera here at the moment has a single input, but in other situations you might want to combine different information into the same place. Here 3D is giving us the position and rotation information, but it's not giving us anything else like zoom or focus, etc. You can see here there's another map here that has all that data in it. And all we have to do is turn off the position and rotation data from here. This means we can combine different sources of information into a single camera object, all easily done within the SP platform. As mentioned earlier, there are different filters available. For example, here is some prediction on the incoming data. This one is a limit option on the values, so you can restrict the values. There's also a ranger option that allows you to rearrange the values coming in. You can do some smoothing as well, or in this example we're stacking multiple filters, so we're doing an offset, then predicting and smoothing all at the same time. Then we can also map multiple outputs. As you can see, we can have lots of I/O connections and then use the maps to send out data. So here we're sending PSN data to one device, SPNet to another device, and OSC could be, say, sent to a Notch or an Unreal block, if that's what you need. So there's lots of ways you can deal with incoming data and manipulate it, and then send it out to many different devices as needed.